we're on the move again. I think I told you yesterday that I opened up and we signed up for new internet service with Comcast Infinity. And we got approved for the ACP program for Jim because he's a veteran. So we can get $30 off the internet. But the account has to be in Jim's name. And when I opened it up in my name. And so therefore we have to go to the Xfinity store and change it around so that it's in Jim's name. They can't do that on the phone. You got to go in person because you got to show your identification and stuff. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to go to, well, first we're going to go to the bank. I got to put some money in the bank.
Show them my shirt.
Oh, there's his shirt. What does it say? Uh-oh. George Armstrong, Little Bighorn. Jim got a lot of those shirts for Christmas. So, we'll take you with us on our day. Well, good evening. Today is Saturday, January 27th. I got to remember to take the turkey out of the freezer because we're having a Thanksgiving turkey festival. Birthday celebration for Mary on Thursday. But it's a 25-pound turkey that Mary found somewhere. I don't know where she found it from. But it's going to take a couple days to thaw, so I got to remember to take that out of the freezer tonight. Put it in the refrigerator. But we have birthdays today. Today is Brenda Skaggs' birthday. So Brenda, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brenda. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Ow. That hurt. That hurt my little tippy fingers. I banged my fingers on my desk. Anyway, it's also, Sandra doesn't care. S-A-U-N-D-R-A. Sandra doesn't care about my fingers. She says, it's my birthday, Sandy. Well, she doesn't care. I don't want to make her sound like she's heartless because she's not. It's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandra. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Craig's birthday. And Craig's wife, Busted Can of Barbie, that's the name of her channel, wanted me to sing to Craig. So Craig, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Craig. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you all have a great, great birthday. Oh, had another busy day today. We had to go to the bank. Oh, that man of mine, you know how much I love him. But we went to the bank. I kept telling him we had to get there early. I had lent David some money because he had called me last night and he said, Grandma, I don't have enough gas to get home. Can you lend me some money? And we're on the same bank accounts because it's just, you know what, when he moved, David lived with me for a year when he was 15. Samantha's who Jimmy's with now. Jimmy and Cindy were getting a divorce, and just like with living arrangements, it was kind of messed up. And so Cindy was living with her girlfriend, and Alyssa went with her because at the time Alyssa was 5 or 6. She was little. I'll just say she was little. No, she's 16 now. It was 8 years ago. She was 8. There you go. She was 8 years old. So she just shared the bed with Cindy, but David didn't have anywhere. Poor David didn't have anywhere to go. So David came and lived with me for a year while Cindy got settled and everything got, where am I going with this story now? Oh, because David's on. So anyway, I had got David his first job at a little restaurant by us, Country Inn. As he worked as a dishwasher. And so when he opened up a checking account, we just put it in the same bank with mine. And since I was helping him manage his money, we had our accounts linked type of thing. So anyway, I can get into David's account. I don't go into David's account, but I can get into David's account. And he's just never, and I keep saying, because he's 22 now. I said, David, you ought to switch things. And he says, it's not bothering me. Is it bothering you? And I go, doesn't bother me. I think he likes it because when he needs to borrow money, I can just pop some money in his checking account. He always pays me back. So I'm not worried about that. So anyway, he called me yesterday. He says, Grandma, I don't have enough money for gas. Can you transfer some money into my checking account so I can get it on my way home? And so I said, sure. So I lent him some money. And then when I was balancing my checkbook this morning, I realized that, because I just keep enough in my checking account to cover my bills. I don't, I have a little bit of extra, a little bit of padding, but not that much of a padding. So I was like $5 short for all my things to come through. So I told Jim, I said, well, we got to get to the bank and I got to get there before 12:30 because they close at 12:30. He's, no, they close at 1. And I go, no, they close at 12:30. No, they close at 1. They closed at 12:30. We got there at 1:45. So then, so I never deposit money into the ATM. I just go from like years and years ago where it took days before it really was recognized. But I know now it's instantaneously. But anyway, trying to walk the man through how to do it. And I says, well, why don't you just let me get out of the car and I'll walk into the, no, I can do it. My card got stuck in the machine and he wasn't hitting the right buttons. And so I said, just back the truck up, let me out and I can get, I'll bring it out. He did figure it out. I'll give him that. So he did figure it out. So I did get my card back and my money was deposited correctly. So that was good. So then we went to the Xfinity store because they had told me when I was signing up for Xfinity, because I have decided I am cutting the AT&T internet because it's driving me crazy. It's just absolutely driving me crazy. And last night was like the cherry on the ice, the cherry on the sundae. Couldn't think of the phrase for a quick minute because so I'm little back up a little bit, so hopefully I don't forget my train of thought. We know that's going to happen. Who are we kidding? We know that's going to happen. But anyway, see, I already lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, it sucks to get old. I know that much. It just sucks to get old. I don't worry about it because it's just part of aging. It will come back. Oh, so when we opened the account, I just opened it in my name for the Comcast. And then the guy, Mohammed, that was helping me, had told me that, we could apply to the ACP program, I think it's called. And it's something that Congress passed for the internet that for low-income families, or let me see. I don't know if it tells me. This is another thing. I'll be glad that I did do this. It's the ACP program, and you can get a discount if you're low income, if you're on SNAP, if you're on some kind of assistance, if you're railroad retiree, I think it is also. Don't quote me on the railroad. There's a lot of different stipulations of it. But we're going to get $30 off. So the phone number, in the United States at least, is 877-384-2575. And you call that and you fill out the application form and they'll either approve you or not approve you. It can, like I had to send them a copy of Jim's retirement thing from the services, and also a copy of our taxes, from last year to show. That was another thing that was driving me crazy. I was looking all through my paperwork for 2023, and I have like all my forms for from back to 2016 because I only keep them for 7 years, and I was getting so frustrated. I pulled my whole file cabinet apart looking for it, and I'm thinking, why can't I find 2023? This is ridiculous. How are you so far? I'm used bragging about how organized you are. Blah 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 blah. And it was probably about 15 minutes later, once again, another sign you're getting old. You don't figure things out real quick. I realized that I haven't filed my 2023 yet. I had to send them my 2022 forms. So anyway, I did that, and we were approved. But, so when I called back to Comcast this morning to tell them, he informed me that we didn't qualify for the program because the internet service was in my name, and I'm not a veteran. And that I hadn't listed Jim as being in my household. It would have been different if I would have originally listed him as being in my household, but since I didn't, we couldn't use his discount. But the way around it was to go to the Xfinity store and change the account into Jim's name, and I'd have to show my driver's license to prove who I am, and then Jim would show his driver's license to prove who he is, and we'd see we're at the same address. And so we did all of that. So we got all that done. And then when we were getting done with that, then they said we had to wait till it was actually installed to get it done. So we're going to get $30 off every month. But it's only until February 7th because Congress only approved money up until February 7th. And after that, the program's going to no longer be existent. So you have to file your claim, whether you have internet service or not. And then once you get it, you have to figure out if your internet service honors the ACP program. Okay, that commercial public service announcement, the PSA, is over for now. So anyway, we went there, and then I had today is buy one get one free at Starbucks. You know, I have all my gift cards and everything. I'm learning how to use the app. So I thought I'm going to get an iced tea, and then I think I'm going to put my Magan dragon fruit in my iced tea. So, and it let me do that. I went on to the iced tea, and then it said, you know, what you wanted to add to it. So I had put black tea, and then I just put like an infusion of the mango dragon fruit berries. And I thought I did the buy one get one free on the app. Oh my gosh, it was only buy one get one free between 12 and 6 today, and again tomorrow between 12 and 6, but you got to do it through your app. And we got there, and the cars were wrapped around the store. There had to have been probably 30, 35 cars in line. And so I thought, oh my gosh. So I walked in to get my drink because I had ordered it to pick it up in the cafe. And so Jim dropped me off at the door, and I walked in, and there was only one iced tea sitting there. And so then I went to the girl at the counter, and, I said, I must have done something wrong because it's, buy one, get one free. And so she looked at it, and she said, I'm new here, and I don't know how to work the app. She was young, too. I was surprised. It just shows you that just because you're young doesn't mean you know everything about the internet. And so she had to call her manager over, and then the manager looked at me like, oh, you poor old woman. I ate it up. I'm a poor old woman. I can't figure anything. So then she refunded the one drink, put it back on my card, and then she showed me how to do it for next time, for the next card. And so then, so I got my 2 drinks. So let me show you what I did. So I drank my tea already, but I've been filling this up with water because I still got I'm almost done with the berries. I don't know if you can see they're kind of just the seedlings now. But this is my 3rd thing of water, flavored, with just the berries. So I can't see that it's going to hurt anything. I don't know. I think it's just water flavored. What's the difference if I put lemon or strawberries or something in there? Now I realize that the berries probably have some sugar added to it, but way less calories than my Magan dragon fruit with lemonade. So I think water with just the Magan dragon fruit is okay. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm getting my water in. I'm enjoying a little bit of a sweetness to it. And then I also so then right next door to it is it's not Starbucks, Panera Bread. And I had gift cards from Christmas for Panera Bread. So I got a half a sandwich at Panera Bread. So I had a half a sandwich for my lunch with my mango dragon fruit tea. So that, I think I'm doing pretty well. I don't know what we're having for dinner yet. We haven't settled on dinner. We're not getting carry out. I'm going to make something, but we haven't figured on that yet. So anyway, looking forward. And then like with Jim, we're thinking of switching to Hulu. And Jim is I am very limited on my internet experience. I'll get back to AT&T. I just thought, it just clicked in my mind. I was talking about AT&T with my internet. But he's very limited with his knowledge, and I am very limited on patience. So we're thinking of switching to Hulu, but our internet is so slow. Right now we have 50, which is, 50 MPGIs, something like that, per minute, per second, or something like that. Whereas where we're going is 400 MPIs per second, which is going to be faster. And Christy and Aaron both assure me that the faster internet will stop the lagging, because we have a lot of lagging going over to the streaming services with that. And then when I look it up on the internet, they do say that the 50 that AT&T offers is not good for a lot of streaming devices if it's not close to the server. Well, my server is right there, and the TV is way in the other room, and there's walls blocking it. So that could be one of the reasons. But I was trying to, every day for the last 5 days, every day, I have to explain how to get to the favorites, how to get to the hub, how to get to my stuff. And so sometimes I think it's just not worth the $100 that I'm going to save each month by doing it. But I know that Jim's one of these ones that once he's done it a few times, a few hundred times, it catches on. So he seems to be catching on to it now. So that makes it hopefully a little bit easier. But anyway, so I switched over, did all of the stuff I needed to do yesterday and to Comcast, and they're going to come out on Thursday, just before our birthday dinner for Mary. They're supposed to come between 1 and 3, and birthday dinner is at 6. So hopefully they're done by then. They said the installation should only take about an hour. They said that they told me you can do it yourself. I laughed at them. I laughed at Mohammed. I said, I'm sorry, Mohammed, but I'm laughing at you because there is no way I'm going to be able to figure that out. So because I also knew that Christy had told me that when they switched over to Xfinity, they told them the same thing. And Aaron, who's my tech guy, he just got so frustrated, he told Christy just to call and have them come out. So if Aaron can't do it, why do they think I can do it? There's no way I'm going to be able to do it. But it cost $100 for them to come out. But I thought, well, I'm going to save $100 a month. I know it'll get done right, and it won't be all screwed up, and I won't get frustrated. So sometimes just spending the money is worth all the frustration that it entails. So we get all done, and I said, well, he says, well, what's your email address? And I go, well, I'm sure Comcast is going to give me one. What difference does it make? And he says, no, you can keep the same address. And I go, I can keep the same address. I said, it's at att.net. He says, you can keep that for 4 years, but after 4 years, you're going to have to change it. So I said, so somebody can send me an email to att.net and it's still going to come to me? And he said, yeah. And I said, are you sure? And he says, well, you might have to put, instead of att.net, you might have to put at comcast.net. And I go, well, that makes more sense. He said, but you'll still have all your emails. You still can keep all your emails and you'll still have access to your emails. I don't really trust that. I'm going to forward my emails to my Gmail just to be safe. But anyway, so I thought, oh, okay, we'll get all done. And then I got approved for the Affordable Care thing, and they sent me a package, like it was like a 4-page email detailing all of the steps I got to take and things like that. And thankfully, I printed it right then because I thought I'm just going to print it now and just do it. And then probably 2 hours later, I went to go on my email to get something, and the server was down. And I thought, well, maybe they changed my password for some reason when I went over to Comcast. It wouldn't let me go into the mail to change my password. It just kept saying, server not available, server not. I thought, oh my gosh, I've lost everything. So I was all frustrated with AT&T. And I tried it up until midnight, and it still wasn't working. So I thought, well, I guess my email is just gone. I didn't save it quick enough. And then this morning when I got up, I thought, oh, let's take a look. And it was there. All of it, I shouldn't say that. Most of them were there, but the Affordable Care Program that I had on there, that was what the ACP stands for. I couldn't remember what it standed for. Affordable Care Program. Just rolled off my lips just like that. That wasn't there. That was one of the ones that didn't make it through. I don't know what happened with that one. So thankfully I had already printed it off because it gives you my approval number and the phone numbers and stuff like that. So I got all that done. And then we got home and I watched YouTube videos, explained Hulu once again to Jim, talked to Jimmy on the phone, talked to Danny on the phone, talked to Christy on the phone, Denise and Mary on the phone. So I was on the phone a lot today, it seems like. But it's a little dreary out. It's supposed to get rain. It's supposed to be, well, it's in the 40s, but it still feels kind of damp. So I just like the fact that I could walk down to my mailbox and I'd have to go as I was going down my driveway. I have a cane that I use when I go down. Not a cane so much, is we have an old flagpole that the flag is not on it anymore, but I keep the flagpole to, because sometimes it gets twisted and I'm not tall enough to reach it to flip it over, so I just use the pole. I've been holding on to that to walk down there, but I didn't need to use that. I could just walk down, get my mail, and walk back up. So that was nice. And then tomorrow, Danny's coming over with the boys. Our Lions are going to play tomorrow. They're playing in San Francisco. Fingers crossed that they win. It's going to be a close game. I know that. I really do think it'll be a close game, which is I like. I like a good close game. I don't like a runaway game. But I like a close game only when my team wins. That's when I really like a close game. But, and then we have our Zoom call tomorrow. I think that's about it, what I did. Today is National Holocaust Remembrance Day, so everybody want to remember that it really did happen. I know that a lot of young people think it's a myth. It's just like, it astounds me that people think that. It just astounds me. And it's so much evidence still going on in the world, and I don't understand I just don't understand why picking on people just because they're Jewish or black or Indian or Native American or Chinese. I just can't understand that concept. There's people that you're just not going to like. I understand that. But not to like them basis on their religion or their ethnicity, their point of origin, whatever. Ethnicity, you know the word I'm trying to say that just won't roll off my lips. Excuse my language, but there's assholes in everyday life, everywhere, no matter what religion you are. And maybe you don't like them because of that, but please don't base people on things like that, because we're all God's children. We all are God's children, and so I have a very hard time with that. And I guess Doug over at Jones Pointed Plate is feeling better today. I'm not going to ask you every day because but today I'm talking about him, so I'm going to ask you to include him in your prayers. And also Judy Rivet fell, and she has to go to she really racked up her body. I don't mean to laugh, but she really had a hard fall. And so she has to go. She hopes she didn't fracture her hip. So I'll say an extra special prayer that she didn't fracture her hip, because that's awful no matter what your age. So prayers for Judy Rivet too. And any prayers for anybody that needs them. That's a good thought too. But, there we go again saying but. What am I going to watch tonight? I taped Everywhere, Everything, All at Once with Jamie Lee Curtis, who's not one of my favorites. To me, she seems like the type of person that wants to be funny, thinks she's funny, but she's not funny. To me, just to me. I know she's very popular in that, but it's like she tries too hard to be liked. That's my opinion of Jamie Lee Curtis. But the movie looks kind of cute, so I wanted to see that. I don't know that I want to watch the whole movie, but we'll see. And then when Bertie was over last night, we watched The Sound of Music again. I did catch a blooper in it, because when they were in the Abbey, before she went, I could have swore, we never backed it up to look. So if anybody's watched the movie recently, correct me if I'm wrong. I hate to say that word. But I could have swore that the Mother Superior said that the captain had been a widower for 7 years, and yet Greta, the youngest, was 5 years old. That had been some kind of a miracle birth, if that was true. So I don't know if we heard it wrong, or it really didn't say 7 years, it said 5 years ago. I don't know. I don't know, but it was just, we were going to rewind the movie to see, and just forgot to do that. But we watched The Sound of Music, and then after she left, I just came in and watched my Frasier. I just love my Frasier. I just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. It just sets my night off well to go to bed. It just sets me in a good mood. But, yeah, I think that's it. Yep. So hopefully we'll see each other again tomorrow. See you then.